Hi Pisces, welcome to your June 2023 Life Sector Tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. But I do advise that you watch all three so that you know which one that is. So you know which one resonates with you most. The reason being is these are purely tarot. There's no astrology in these. So to get a clearer picture, you got to know which one's which, right? With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and plans, I forgot to mention as well, as always, they are general readings, right? So not everything's going to resonate with everybody. Use your own discernment. For your actions and plans, you've got the Fool card. New things, places, people and energies with the Hermit card. So this is you going on a journey of some sort and it's got something to do with your work. So for some of you, you could be spending some time away from home due to work, due to a job. It could be that you interview for a job that takes you further afield or away from home. And it could be that a lot of you are maybe connecting with some kind of professional alliance or sphere in some way that really has you learning new skills, gaining new skills. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are up leveling like your knowledge or your sort of information in some regard, and it's due to some of the people that you're now mixing with. I love this as well, especially for those of you that are employed, right? If you can get on the job training, I mean, go for it. Now, when it comes to personal plans, it looks like a lot of you are planning or gearing up for some kind of holiday and or retreat, which could be really, really good for the bones. All right, for your communication, your career and communications, you have the Nine of Swords. You got the Queen of Swords, okay, and you've got the King of Wands, right? So the thing that I want to say to you is the Hermit card is the number 9. You've also got the Nine of Swords. 2 nines represents receipts. So this month, it may very well be that you have to remind somebody of something. So maybe you're saying to your boss, hey, listen, you remember you said you were going to give me that pay rise? Where's my money? Right? Like, this could also, because it's the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords, which suggests that you are going to have an uncomfortable conversation. But that King of Wands, it's an uncomfortable conversation that really helps heighten your visibility. This is a chance for you to shine now, Pisces, but it's going to require you to kind of take yourself up by the bootstraps and say, okay, yes, this is going to be awkward, it's going to be a hard conversation, but actually, you know what, I need to have it, and here is the reason why. I like this because there's bravery here, there's courage here to have the hard conversation, to stand up for yourself, and to allow yourself to be put forward for something. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, it looks like you have potentially been run ragged with your studies, or maybe you feel like there's an element here of why is it that whenever you're singling people out in the class, I always happen to be one of them. This feels to me like you're about to bite back at a professor or, you know, somebody that, you know, you study under, a tutor, mentor, coach, whatever it might be. And it's like when you do, what you say is really going to hit home, and I think it's going to raise a lot of questions. It's also going to make you a lot more visible. So be prepared for both outcomes. Now, when it comes to those of you that are employed for some reason, this actually feels for me like you are reminding your boss, your institution, your company, whatever, of a promise that was made. And it's like, this looks like something that you've been waiting for some time. It's like, okay, you said this was going to happen. Where is it? When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is potentially a tough conversation with a client that kind of lets them know that you're like, you know what, I'm kind, I'm warm, I'm open, I'll do whatever I can to help you. But once you start taking the piss, I'm going to tell you straight up. This is about you really standing for yourself. Another way that this potentially shows up as well, you could have maybe an argument with a client. There's something here that makes you more visible, and it's possibly because you're saying or doing things that either you haven't before, maybe you've bit your tongue on something. A Libra had a similar message to this actually. But maybe you've bitten your tongue on something for long enough and now you're kind of like, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm done being treated like a fucking doormat. This is what I have to say about the situation and this is what I'm going to need going forward. So you are, you know, you're showing up this month and it's going to make, you know, it's going to make people kind of go, oh, okay, well, you know, I wasn't expecting that. No, you weren't, were you? For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is likely to shape up between... it feels like one of your parents and your significant other, or one of your children and your significant other. There's a sense here that you are kind of being put in the middle in a little bit of an awkward position here. And maybe it's a case of you verbally sort of bang their heads together. That's what my dad used to do. I hate it when he did that. When me and my brother, me and my youngest brother, who were arguing like to the point, and it was always, he would just bang our heads together. But maybe this is the verbal equivalent of that, where you kind of say, look, you need to get it together in this regard, and you need to get it together in this regard, and the pair of you all need to get it together before I go all in on the pair of you. For your love and relations, so you've got the Death card with the Two of Wands and the Page of Wands. All right, look, I'm just going to call it as I see it. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, it looks like an in-law is about to pass and this will be very sudden. This is no warning, no, you know, maybe they've been sick, maybe whatever, but, you know, everything was fine, you didn't expect it, and then bang, all of a sudden, you know, your partner says, oh, did you know, uncle this, or, you know, auntie whatever has passed away. If it happens, it'll be quick. There won't be any... It won't be painful or anything like that. It will just be very, very fast. I say this because of the way that these cards have fallen and this combination in particular. Excuse me. Now, for those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, this is the end of a financial partnership of some sort. So this could be where you and your significant other say, right, okay, when it comes to the finances, we've paid this, this and this together up until now. I want to go in a different direction. There are conversations around money and finances that will be coming up this month. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out though. Now, when it comes to your... For some of you as well, this might be that you want to move and your partner doesn't, or vice versa. For those of you that are single and looking, honestly, this doesn't look like for... If you're single, as in like looking for new love, this doesn't really bode for that. It suggests that you're actually more focused on making money, you're more focused on your work, you're more focused on that sort of sphere of your life. If you're newly partnered up or connecting with somebody, this is really nice because it's the end of, you know, where you're like in that really tentative space, like you don't know, excuse me, you don't know what you can say and what you can't. Like, is this too much? You know, have I hidden my crazy enough? You know, is it starting to pop out now? That's always a thing for me. But do you know what I mean? Like, this could be a time where you and your new beau start to really bond over something. So this could be really nice. And then for your money and materials, you've got the Eight of Wands, so good news around money, but you've got this with the Hanged Man, so again, promotions etc. could be coming, but maybe they're held up in some regard. Wherever joint finances are involved, this is where you need to keep your wits about you this month, all right? And it doesn't have to be, you know, this could be with it could be with a friend, it could be with a colleague, it doesn't have to be your significant other, but there's some kind of financial partnership and connection here that is, it looks like it's coming up for review, and this will be based on information that comes into you literally within the first week of the month. Like, from that point you'll be like, okay, I know what's going on here, here's how I'm going to proceed, but take your time with it. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, for those of you that have had tests, etc., you know, if you've had problems or issues, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, that's not what this is, But what I will say to you is some of you may have thyroid problems and or issues that are highlighted over the course of this month. And then finally, because the Hangman is your card as well, when it comes to the home and environment, there is negotiations going on when it comes to the home. All right, so this is solid, hard negotiations, whether this is about a house that you want to buy or to sell, whether this is about your rental contract. There is some serious negotiating going on this month for you guys. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.